Hello, everyone. Welcome to Self-Love You. I'm Jenna Ryan, your self-love life coach. And today I wanted to bring a video for you, but I couldn't think of anything to talk about. So I was like, okay, I could not think of anything. I have a big mouth. I don't know why I couldn't think of one thing to talk about. So what I decided to do is just go over some of the books that I have utilized along my healing journey. These are books that I've really read that really resonated with me along the way. And I just kind of wanted to go over them one at a time. So this first book is called, these are in no order, I just kind of grabbed them. Recovery of Your Inner Child. So this is about the highly acclaimed method for liberating your inner self by Lucia Cappuccioni, PhD. Okay, Recovery of Your Inner Child. And it gives a lot of exercises for healing your inner child. Of course, artwork is really important for healing your inner child. And doing left-handed or alternate non-dominant handwriting is vital for healing your inner child. You guys, I bought this camera. I should use it. I bought it, but I never use it. I'm still using this computer because I don't like editing. Okay, Healing Your Inner Child, book 1. Okay, here's another great book. This is called The Search for the Real Self. This is just an excellent book. I'm the kind of person I write in all my books. So I just gobble this stuff up. And when I'm interested in something, I really, really read every single page and underline it. And this one is Masterson, The Search for the Real Self. I can't remember why I loved this one, but I know it's a good one. It has a lot to do with intimacy and narcissism and borderline personality disorder. Okay, this is a huge one. Facing Codependence, What It Is, Where It Comes From, and How It Sabotages Our Lives by Pia Mellody. Pia Mellody is, and see, I underlined it. That's back before I can underline very well. Must have been years ago. I'm just kidding. Now I'm real straight in my underlining. But Pia Mellody is like the mother of all people to talk about boundaries. Whenever I was first healing in my early 20s, I went to a therapist and they didn't have any Pia Mellody books. There was nothing. Pia Mellody was the only person that was really talking about boundaries at that time. And I didn't have any and I needed some. And so they gave me tapes. That was back when we had cassette tapes. And they gave me cassette tapes. And I remember I lost the cassette tapes. You know, I mean, it was really hard being 20 and not having any boundaries and having to learn through tapes how to have boundaries. So then I got some books. Eventually, books came out and about the topic, and I got to start learning how to have boundaries through books. You guys are so blessed. Y'all have YouTube. You can go on YouTube and learn so much. Y'all are going to get so far with this great information, learning how to have boundaries. You just have to apply yourself. Once a week at least, hopefully every day, you apply yourself to learning to love yourself, to learning how to heal, to getting past some of the things that you've gone through. Okay, How to Break Free of the Drama Triangle and Victim Consciousness. This one's by Barry K. Weinhold and James Weinhold. So, How to Break Free of Triangles. This is a great book. I mean, you know, it's all about triangulation. It's all about barriers to intimacy. That's what this book is about. It's incredible. It's small. You can get it on Amazon. I should do little links below, shouldn't I? Okay, The Art of Loving. Oh, this is just one of those really wonderful philosophical books. It's by Eric Fromm. I like anything by real technical, incredible philosophers. And this is a psychologist, Eric Fromm. And he is one of the grandfathers of psychology, actually. Okay, this one's kind of interesting. I can't remember why I love it, but I just know I did. It's really talks about human behavior, born to win, and it talks about drive. I can't remember why, but I just knew I needed to bring this. By Markle James, landmark bestseller, convinced many readers that they were born to win. So as you're healing from childhood trauma, or as you're healing from traumatic relationships, or as you're healing, you also want to make sure that you build yourself up. And this book is about winning. It's a good book. Okay, also anything by Zig Ziglar is great. Okay, here's a good one. I probably read this a couple of times. Codependence, Healing from the Human Condition by Charles Whitfield. I don't know if he's alive anymore. Probably is. But it's a really interesting read. I highly recommend it. You know, these are people that talk about codependency and healing from it. Okay. And this one, okay, this is from, my dad read this book. So this is like popular psychology from years ago. And it's called I'm Okay, You're Okay. And it's just a really good, are you feeling okay about yourself or still playing destructive games? I'm Okay, You're Okay by Thomas Harris. It's a great book. I highly recommend it. It's good, good, good. Okay, The Power of Now, dude. This defines one whole era of my life. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Yes, it's a must read. You must know these concepts. Not only read, I took a year on this book to learn everything about this book, everything that was attached to this book. This man's teachings are great and very healing and very useful. Who's Pulling Your Strings? Who's Pulling Your Strings? How to Break the Cycle of Manipulation by Harriet Breaker, PhD. So Who's Pulling Your Strings was really good. I knew who was pulling my strings at the time. I mean, I really write these things. I knew who was pulling my strings, but this was a very validating book. Great book. Children of the Self-Absorbed. This is an incredible book to help you if you had a narcissistic parent or an addicted parent or grew up in an alcoholic family. Really good book. Children of the Self-Absorbed. I wouldn't have a bookshelf without this by Nina Brown. Okay. Breaking Free of the Codependency Trap. This is also by Barry Weinhold and James Weinhold. Just read the whole thing back and forth. Incredible. Anything that has the word codependency that's from, you know, the 90s or 2000 is really good. Anything new, who knows? Oh my gosh, this book is incredible. I used this along my healing journey and it really was helpful to me. It's called It Wasn't Your Fault by Beverly Engel. It's a really well-known thing that trauma survivors need to realize, that the trauma and what happened to you as a child was not your fault. And this is just a book that's what it's about. She gets healing. She understands traumatic healing. I've read all of Beverly Engel's books. I've actually talked to her on the phone even. She's a cool lady. Okay, Blind to Betrayal. I loved this book. Blind to Betrayal. Why we fool ourselves, we aren't being fooled. And this had to do when I was really working on the trauma bond and things of that nature. Jennifer Fried and Pamela Burrell, I don't know how to say it. Anyway, Blind to Betrayal, great book. I read the whole thing. I was enlightened. It was very validating and wonderful. It helped me to understand why people allow people to betray them and they act like it didn't even happen. You know, go into the betrayal source. Remember that video I did? Okay, this is a great book. And in fact, there's another book I don't have that's gone. It's called I don't know where it went. He's Scared, She's Scared by Harville Hendrix, but also Keeping the Love You Find. Wonderful teachings. This is stuff I use every single day in my life. And it's amazing. It's absolutely incredible. I don't think I finished this book. Okay, but He's Scared, She's Scared. I did finish, and it's incredible. Get it. Okay, this is called Fear of Intimacy. This is a really hard read. This is by Robert Firestone. It's a difficult booger to read. This is not easy, but it is very interesting, very insightful, and really helps you to understand what codependency is, the fantasy bond, fear of intimacy. I think he also has a book called Fantasy Bond. I can't remember, but this does talk about the fantasy bond. Okay, I think this is my first self-help book I ever got, besides I'm Okay, You're Okay, and The Road Less Traveled, which is not here. But this is like the first one whenever I was just learning that I have value, and that I was learning how to start to set boundaries, and I was learning to be assertive. And this is the first book that I got that really opened my eyes. And no, I think that book was called Being Assertive. But anyway, this was a great book, Building Self-Esteem. It's a wonderful workbook. Oh my gosh. Oh, Internal Family Systems Therapy. Richard C. Swartz. I'm reading this one right now. I love it. It's good. Coming Home. Homecoming by John Bradshaw. Any book by John Bradshaw, Pia Mellody. John Bradshaw has passed away a couple of years ago, but he was at the Meadows with Pia Mellody in Phoenix, Arizona, where they do addiction recovery. It's like an intensive 5-day, 7-day intensive. It's incredible. The Meadows. So it's for addiction or trauma recovery. So that's that. And then Women Who Love Too Much. Woo, that's a good one. Highly recommend. This is the meditation. But, just talks about recovery means choosing only that which supports your security and well-being. Ooh, I'm going to read that one. I'm going to put that beside my bed right now. Okay. This is fun. Are y'all having fun? Okay. This book was so good. This is going to be too deep for a lot of my listeners, but some of you may appreciate this. It's called When There Are No Words, Repairing Early Trauma and Neglect from the Attachment Period with EMDR Therapy. And this is by Sandra Paulsen. It's good. It's really good. Really, really good. I'm going to have to put all these books up. I hope y'all are happy. The Disease to Please. And if you're not happy, I don't care. Just kidding, I do care. Okay, The Disease to Please, Curing the People-Pleasing Syndrome by Harriet B. Breaker. We have her over there. We had another book, I can't remember. So The Disease to Please, yep, I read every page because I've got, like if I turn it to the back and I've got writing on there, I'm like, I read the whole thing. I digested it. Love is a Choice. This is a good workbook. But see, I didn't read the whole thing. But I do have it on my bookshelf. Love is a Choice by all these people. Okay. Self-Parenting. This is a good book. See, did I read the whole thing? Yep, I read to the back. So it must be something. This one's an easy reader. I think it was a little easy for me. I like hard stuff. Okay, Healing Your Aloneness. Oh my gosh, this woman, Margaret Paul. Of course, she's incredible. Y'all probably heard of her. She's the person that I first realized the term self-abandonment. She's really good. Anything she writes is good. Incredible book. Getting Through the Day by Nancy Napier. This is a great healing, trauma healing book. It's incredible. It's fabulous. I highly recommend it. In fact, I read half of it and I need to finish it, but it's a good one. Getting Through the Day, Nancy J. Napier. Woo! How much time do we have? Okay, Is It Love or Is It Addiction by Brenda Schaefer. Talks about love addiction. Oop, oop, oop. I underlined way back there. Almost to the end. We'll see that I underlined the last page. Yep. Yeah, I must have loved this one because great book. Get it. The Book That Changed the Way We Think About Love and Intimacy. Okay, look, I've got a little stack. Loving Him Without Losing You, Beverly Engel. Great book. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. Pretty soon, my book's going to be here. Woo! February, it's supposed to come out. That's what the publisher said, so hopefully it's coming out. Okay. What is this? Alice Miller. Alice Miller, y'all know I love Alice Miller. Alice Miller, my favorite Alice Miller book is The Drama of the Gifted Child, but I've read every one of her books. And this one is The Body Never Lies. Love this book. Nathaniel Branden, The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. Yes, yes, yes. Will I Ever Be Good Enough? By Karen McBride. Women Who Love Too Much by Robin Norwood. Of course, Pia Mellody, Codependent No More. Oh, this is a good one. Emotional Blackmail by Susan Forward. Anything by Susan Forward. Also, Mothers... Yeah, that one. Mm-hmm. Walking Tiger. This is an incredible one. Anything by Peter Levine is really good for somatic healing, for healing the body. And also, I have books on, the nerve. What do they call it? The polyvagal system. Attachment. I can't believe it. Some of my books are gone. I used to have, like Attached. I had that book Attached. But some of them are gone. And another book I love that I don't have here handy is Games People Play by, I think it's Eric Byrne, or I can't remember the writer, but it's Games People Play, Transactional Analysis. It talks about games that people play. It's wonderful. And, you know, I do love Sam Vakkin's book that he wrote, Malignant Self-Love. That's a wonderful book that basically I read on the internet. I haven't bought it. I need to buy it. That would be a nice thing to do. And so books are very much a part of my healing. That's how I was able to heal. The Bible was important in my healing. So anyway, I hope you appreciated this video. Until next time, I'm Jenna Ryan, and I will talk to you soon.